I need to get her to a special school that can accommodate her type of learning.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
I love them. Yeah. And then I go into the next question here because a lot of people said out there that a scale 10x is easier than that that scale 2x. I will say that it's easier to scale 10x rather than 2x if you have the right mentor. But what is your opinion in this? Is it really true that it's easier to scale 10x rather than double? And if it's so, or it's just a myth, or what is your view in that statement?
Well, I think what's important is the length of time it may take to do one or the other. So if we're going to 10x during that journey, we have to 2x. But most people don't want to think strategically long term enough. What capabilities would I need to build in the company to create a 10x mission? They're short-sighted, only think of the 2x, and they miss some important capabilities that would have gave them 10x, but they shortcutted to only 2x and they didn't see the big picture. What do I mean by that? How big of a marketplace do you have to 10x? Can you really 10x in your backyard? Or do you have to go from local to national to international to global? How many products are you selling to 10x? If you sell 5 now to 10x, do you have to sell 15, 50, 500? So thinking in terms of scale and scope and having the right strategy to support it and ultimately the right people to drive it is what's going to help you achieve that.
Yeah, I think it comes with your point number 5 about how big you want to think. I think that your step number 5 is really powerful. Yeah, and I would like to expand a little bit more on this because as an entrepreneurs, people started business, and some of them, let's face it, they started by accident.
Sure.
They solve a problem for themselves, and they save some money, or they make a little bit money solving the problem for themselves. Then they start to solve this problem for other people. But they are I think that being an entrepreneur is a skill set. The more you practice, the better you become. So it's like driving a car or swimming. Is not Nobody is born perfect entrepreneur.
Sure.
It's a skill. The more you
Sure.
practice, the better you become. The same, and to develop this skill, a huge percentage of the success of the entrepreneurs is in this mindset. However, if you were when you were a kid in your environment, people don't think big enough. Let's face it. I do workshops. I do workshops, and I ask this question to the audience. Let's say we have 200 people in the audience, and I ask this question: how much money, guys, do you want to make a month?
Sure.
Just say a figure. Yeah, don't worry about. Just say how much would you like, and if you hear the people say 3,000, 5,000, 7,000, and I'm like, guys, I'm just asking you. You can ask. You can say 50. You can say a million if you want. It's just a question.
Sure.
But you can see that our limiting beliefs um, take a big part in our decision process. And this point 5 that you just share with us, I think it's really powerful because it's not a thing about entrepreneurs. It's a common thing in real life, all humans, that we don't think big enough. We don't think that things that growing so big is possible. I think that when we are kids, you see, everything is possible. We are winners. We came from a 1 million sperm, so nobody told us give up about walking. We all fell 100 times until we finally stand up and walk. So our possibility was huge, yeah. But then life goes on, and all this stop, and then we start to think smaller. So what do you think is the reason why entrepreneurs, or why everybody is not thinking big? And as you share with us, is key in order to scale effectively and fast. What
So,
do you
Harry,
think? Mhm,
I would add to your answer because in your workshop, you ask people what do they want to make each month. I
mhm.
would add to that when I ask, why do you want to make that much each month? The real issue bubbles up. And I'll give you an
Mm.
example.
Wow,
There
I'm
was
taking
a,
this on. I'm gonna
well,
ask. I'm gonna try it out.
yeah, why do you want to make whatever number you said each
Mhm,
month? And based upon that answer, you get a strong understanding of whether or not they have the belief to pull it off.
mhm.
So I asked that to one owner and I said, why do you want to scale your business to 10 million? I'm not sure. I said, okay, in order for this journey to be
To work.
successful, we need to get sure. He said, do you mind if I think about that for a moment? Not a problem. Take a moment. He said, I have it. My daughter has special needs. I need to get her to a special school that can accommodate her type of learning to give her the best chance at her education and for her adult life.
Wow, now we are talking. This is a very
He goes,
powerful drive.
further, my wife wants to move out of this neighborhood to a different part of town to a little bit bigger home because all my kids don't have their own bedrooms and play area. We're all kind of in the original house we bought and would like to have more room in order to give it a wonderful home situation. And those two things, I could tell he was emotional with the answer, which
Wow.
means he was emotionally committed to try and get the solution, which was building his business. When we tap into an emotional connection to our why, anything is possible.
100%. I agree 100% of this.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.